Welcome to BDJ Daily Torah, a service of B'nai David Judaic Congregation in Los Angeles. Here is Assistant Rabbi David Stein.
And so tonight I want to talk about another mitzvah in our parsha and begin exploring it, the requirement to return lost objects. It appears both here and earlier in Sefer Shemot, but I want to kind of lay out a conceptual framework for this mitzvah, and then we'll use that to explore some kind of like very practical elements of returning lost objects to people. And so the kind of there's a really classic opportunity in this mitzvah to apply what briskers would call a gavra and a chefza analysis. And what we mean by that is, does the mitzvah apply, or is the mitzvah generated around a particular individual? Is it geared towards individuals, or does it apply to objects? So what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, think about the mitzvah of Hashavat Aveda. What is the fundamental mitzvah here? Is it kind of a mitzvah that is fundamentally directed towards individuals? Meaning, there's a mitzvah here to prevent loss for people that are in society and community with us. That's really the mitzvah. The mitzvah is between me and another individual, and I want to prevent loss to that person. And Hashavat Aveda, returning lost objects, is a manifestation of that relationship. Or does Hashavat Aveda really actually have nothing to do with you or someone else or the person who lost it? But actually Hashavat Aveda relates entirely to the object. This is the performance of a mitzvah that doesn't really involve or really concern itself with the individual behind the lost object. What it really concerns itself with is the object itself. What are some ways that we might think about, or some actual kind of practical implications of this? Well, part of it actually gets to the scope of how far we extend the mitzvah Hashavat Aveda. So let's take an example. Let's say the Gemara discusses, you have a situation where you're standing out in the field, and as you're walking the field, you notice that the dam, or I don't know, a canal or whatever, nearby has broken. And pretty soon, the field of your friend is going to become flooded. Is that a case of Hashavat Aveda? Am I obligated, because of the mitzvah of Hashavat Aveda, to take action to see this individual's field? So what would you say? If Hashavat Aveda is about the object itself, the return of a lost object, would that apply to preventing a flood of somebody's field? There is not an object that has gone out of somebody's possession yet, and the action that I'm potentially taking is preventative. It's preventative, right? Meaning the trigger for Hashavat Aveda can only happen if an object has already been lost, and then I come upon it and wow, I got to return it. But it would not require me to take preventative action. But if Hashavat Aveda is about the gavra, if it's about the individual that we're concerned with, so could we extend this mitzvah to include preventative actions? Absolutely. And so this is kind of one of the fundamental kind of or the conceptual kind of treatment of this mitzvah. And what we'll talk about tomorrow night is some additional kind of permutations of nafkaminas, right, of how this would play out, relating to at what point do I actually have to what triggers this mitzvah, and exemptions from this mitzvah, all kinds of things that will relate to this conceptual issue.
been listening to BDJ Daily Torah, a service of B'nai David Judea Congregation in Los Angeles. To learn more about our synagogue, visit bnaidavid.com.